What's going on, everyone? So, more and more marketing is starting to come out. Obviously, we got the little Reese's commercial. Then we got the recent title card, which myself and Minnie are excited for. Just very clean, very simple. Got to get all crazy with it. But now it's like, okay, what are the other things that they're going to do? Well, on TikTok, Ghostface and Scream have brought back the voice changer. Remember, you could have the, like you could put writing on the screen and it would read it in Ghostface's voice, right? Roger L. Jackson's voice. Well, it's kind of not really Roger. It's kind of was more grainy originally. They have like the better version. Then they had like the Instagram version a couple of years ago. So this should be cool, right? It's kind of, hopefully they've cleaned it up better. I haven't actually tried it yet, but before, if you remember, it was kind of like AI. It wasn't like as smooth Roger L. Jackson. It kind of had hits of Roger L. Jackson, but like with, AI linked in. So I'm hoping that it's a little more smooth. Like I said, I haven't tried it at the time of recording this video. So hopefully it is. If you've tried it, please let me know. But you're getting that. You're getting a little collaboration with TikTok again. I imagine they'll bring back the Instagram thing and the little filters and stuff. I wonder if they'll do the kind of TikTok channel again. Remember they had the Sarah, right? I believe that was her name, Sarah channel. And she kind of gave you like little, backstory to certain things that were going on in Woodsboro and things like that. And then it was like, did she die? Is she alive? Like what happened? Right? Like, I'd love to see them kind of like be creative, have fun little things like that. They go such a long way and they're just so simple, right? It's nothing crazy. I mean, look how excited everyone was to just get the first title card, right? It's literally just says Scream with a slash on it, a 7 in the back, and all of us are like, oh my God, right? It's like they just, did something great. Like it's just like a title card, but we're excited. We're all on edge. We all want to see this movie come out and have success. But again, here's the confirmation. Ghostface, the TikTok channel has like a little, like tutorial on how to do it. You got, you click on the Scream voice, and then, it gives you the step 3, tap the text to speech icon to add the Scream voice. I'll see you at the movies type thing. And then, you can translate. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. We had it, the last few Scream movies. And, most people have used the text to speech at some point on that app. But I just think that this is cool. Like I said, it's an easy, sort of simple way to just get people excited and get people using the Scream icons and Ghostface voice changers and coming up with creative videos and talking about, oh, Scream 7's coming out and blah, 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 right? Like it's simple awareness and marketing, right? Because we as the content creators and just people in general, right? Like we're the ones that are going to be continuing to push this film. Myself and all of the various YouTubers and TikTokers and even just the person that's not really like a TikToker or YouTuber but just like likes to make videos and have fun and stuff like that, right? They're all everyone that does and makes some type of content in to some capacity, whatever degree you're in, are all going to be hyping and talking and sharing and excited for this film, right? Let the audience do the work for you. Like you don't have to do a bunch of crazy things. Like we've seen the excitement for the title card. You add in, the Reese's commercial. All of us were like, oh, that's great. And then now you got the TikTok thing, right? Like these are the kind of things that I like to see. These are the kind of things that I talked about. I did a video a couple weeks ago or whatever where I was like, I hope that they bring back the TikTok and Instagram and all that other stuff, right? Because those are all just things like easy collaborations, right? Like you look at like Scream 5, they were very good at doing the collaborations, right? We have kind of the Fortnite special with Ghostface, right? Like you think back to Scream 5, it was like they had the Airbnb, they had, you had like the different commercials and stuff like that. You had a lot of like the Dewey advertisements and things along those lines. And then they're doing little collaborations with TikTok and, Instagram. And, like I said, they had a little TikTok channel and they, were getting posters and they were working with local artists and stuff like that. Like those are the kind of things that are just, it's so easy and simple to do. You don't got to do anything. And most of the time, some of those places will even pay you to do this stuff because it's like, they have advertised dollars and stuff. You can come to collaboration or it doesn't cost much. It's cheap, right? Like, so to me, I just think it's a no-brainer, right? Like just create these little advertise. Like they don't have to go as hard as they did in Scream 5, but I'd like to see them, kind of be in between Scream 5 and Scream 6. Right? And like I said, Scream 5, really it was the posters and stuff. Like all the little collaborate. Like if you remove all the posters from like creepy duck art and stuff like that, if you get rid of all of that, it was only like a handful of things. Right? It was like what was it? It was like the commercial, and then you had the Airbnb thing, and then you had the TikTok and Instagram thing, and then I feel like I'm missing one more. There was only like 5 or 6 little things. It was all of the posters and the little like teasers, right? Like they took essentially like one full trailer and cut it into like 15 little teasers, right? And doing all that is what kind of made it feel like every other day. I mean, because literally, like every other day we were getting something, and just like little things like remember the blood drops, right? And all of us were like, what does that mean? And then all of a sudden we realized like, oh, they're counting down to something. And everyone thought they were counting down to like the trailer, and it was like, I think it was the official poster, right? It was like the Ghostface one that was like blue or whatever, right? And like you could download the poster or whatever through a QR code. But point is, like, like just simple things like that. Like, you don't have to go crazy with the trailers if you don't want to. I think the posters are still cool. Like, commission some of these artists or whatever. Or, some of these artists would probably I'm not an artist. I can't draw a stick figure, let alone an entire poster or anything like that. So I don't, I'm just using me as an example, but I can't do it. But I'm saying, like, if I was somebody that was doing that art and I could collab and work with the Scream movies and the Scream franchise, I mean, I'd do it for free, right? To put that on my resume for other jobs and gigs, and especially if I'm getting credit and it's known that I'm like attached to that and stuff, like you wouldn't even have to pay me, because the like what I would gain from that for now being able to like, hey, I made and created all those Scream posters that you made. Right, like that's huge for just like business and things like that. And you start getting other calls, especially like I'd just be like, hey, I just want like things clear, like all the free posters and stuff you put out. I want like my logo on it somewhere. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And just you don't even have to pay me a dime, right? Like there's so many ways that you can come up and create things and do all kinds of stuff that if you really want to and are creative enough and you have enough creative people behind the scenes, you can have this be really successful. But it was cool. I thought it was really awesome to kind of see that, the voice changer theme back. Hopefully they keep it up. But anyways, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me not. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.